The title of this video is How Did Christ Heal Energy in the Energy Body? As you begin to study and learn more about what the universe is and why we're here, the one thing that you will grow to learn is that you know nothing. The word spiritual is more than what the majority of people believe it is. It's usually believed to be an unseen, unknowable force. Spiritual. It's some kind of spiritual thing. Spirituality is being relearned. And I'm saying this to bring up the basis behind spiritual ideas. Mainly the idea of healing. Now, the word spiritual embodies everything behind the universe that we can sense, as I referred to it before as the unified field, or simply the field. We have to understand that there is a 2,000 or more year differential in the educational understandings of some of these spiritual ideas. And since we're going to be talking about Jesus Christ here as a case study, there's a 2,000 year cultural gap between them and us. So we have to understand that most of these ideas have remained the same, but the ways we describe them don't. And we really need to understand this, because in what we're talking about now, which is healing, some people who aren't spiritual would never understand what Jesus did to heal people back then. So to bridge the gap between the misunderstandings, it's necessary that we talk about these things. And that's why I'm here. Okay. Many people know, many people don't know, that our physical body, our human biostructure, is made to sense everything that's important to us. Being able to see, being able to hear, being able to feel. These are all physical senses. What many people know and what many people don't know is that there are more subtle electrical impulses that our body generates. And these impulses are what some would call metaphysical, or the sixth sense, intuition, those minute electrical impulses. And these are the energies, these are the things that were being explained thousands of years ago, that people had no idea what it was. There was no education how we perceive it today. They didn't know about electricity. Fire. That was their electricity. So in explaining these terms, we have to understand that we have much more available to us to understand these things. Kirlian photography. If any of you haven't heard of Kirlian photography is a sort of photography. It's a sort of image capturing that allows you to see the quality of electrical field around someone's body. So that's here. That's proven. Our heart generates an electromagnetic field that can be measured feet away from your body. That's proven. Our brain, each neuron in our brain generates an electrical field, which is an alternate electrical field of our body, which is much smaller than the heart, but it is a field. That's proven. When people meditate, it's been studied that as you consciously guide your mind to flow energy, blood, heat, whatever you want to call it, to a certain part of the body, that it follows. So I'm meditating and I want to send energy to my right hand. I close my eyes. I imagine fire, electricity, anything, water flowing into my right hand. And if the person is good enough, there will be a measurable change, a measurable difference. That's proven. Now, as I said in my previous video, there's a field called psychonoetics, or noetic science. They've done experiments, they've done studies where they have healers, people who have been known to have healing abilities. They have them do a healing, and they actually measure the speed of cellular repair, and if there's any of this using crystalline photography and other methods, if there's any energy transferred between the healer and the patient. And lo and behold, there is a significant electromagnetic force that transfers from that person to the other. That's been proven. So when it comes to these things, like Jesus healing the blind and making people be able to walk again, it's not far-fetched. If someone has this natural ability and studies for years and years and hones that ability, it's not a jump from where we understand it today. Now, some of you might be wondering, well, is it possible to develop these abilities? How can I do these things with my body if I have these capabilities mentally and physically, physiologically? How can I develop these abilities? Well, it's not that hard, actually. Some of you may know and some of you may not know. Meditate. It helps. It really helps. During meditations, these electrical impulses are harmonized. Your brain and all of your scattered energies, it's like defragmenting a computer, if you've ever done that. You run the defragmenter and it takes every file that's not where it's supposed to be and puts it where it's supposed to be at. That's how your body is. Our bodies, you have to understand that we weren't meant to be put under the stress that we're put under in our daily lives. So your body responds to that, and it doesn't respond good, in a good way. We get sick, we get depressed, we get angry. Those things aren't supposed to happen naturally. These things only happen when one's physical body is not communicating with itself the right way. And that just happens. It's like wear and tear on a car. You don't change the oil in a car, what happens? So meditate. That's the first step. You have to learn how to concentrate your mind. And this is not all just metaphysical things. These are physical things. All of these things in our body are chemical reactions. It's biochemical. You sit down, you close your eyes. There's a protein created that knows your eyes are closed. Carotene. You sit down, close your eyes. So now you have one protein going. You sit down, you focus. The moment you focus on one thing or another, a different chemical reaction is made. So you can begin to understand that it's just like a machine. It's just much more controlled than a machine. We have a instrument of precision that has no match, and that is our brain. Many of you know this and many of you don't know this, but you need to know this. You are a supercomputer and a bio machine of unparalleled technology. What don't we get about that? You focus on something and it happens. If there's a can laying at your feet, you focus on looking down at it. You look down at it, you want to pick it up. What happens? Now you're picking it up. And that's not the only capabilities we have. Those are just the things we use. And we don't even understand how complex that is. Try to build a robot to do that with as much precision as we do it with. And you'll see that you are a miracle. And you haven't tapped into any of your potential. Ancient mystics like Jesus, Buddha, all these guys, they understood that their bodies, if concentrated the right way, chemically, energetically, electrically, if concentrated, it's no measure to heal someone. Someone comes to you sick, paralyzed, blind, anything like that. If your biofield coming from your heart is strong enough, it will actually rewrite that person's DNA. The proteins that their body start generating, developing, and dispersing will actually change. Because that's what happens in our own body. When we meditate and when we focus, our DNA responds, different proteins. And if the energy that you're channeling, which is in a higher spectrum of light, comes in and it needs a certain protein generated that your DNA is not yet producing, your DNA will read that and your DNA will recapitulate. Your DNA will render itself useful to these incoming energies. I'm pretty sure these things have been proven. These things have been proven. There was a study done. DNA was put in a flask, in a test tube, in 2 or 3 different test tubes, however many there were. And a healer, people who believe they have healing abilities, they focused on negative energy. And when they projected the negative energy, all the nasty, hateful, things that we can think, those energy fields that we can draw upon, and sent it to the DNA actually tightened. The coil became tighter, as if it was tense, as if there were tension being created in the DNA strand. And on the contrary, when they had them produce positive energies and send it to the DNA, lo and behold, the DNA relaxed. The strands became more malleable. They became unwound to a certain degree. The water intention experiments. People, I don't understand why people why would you want to discredit these things? It doesn't make sense to me. Do you not want our world to be magical again? I don't understand why people are so Nazi these days. Oh, you can't do that. Why can't I do that? I generate electrical energy that changes things around me just like a machine can do. So why can't I focus and do these things? The water experiment. Focus on negative thoughts, such as, and each one has a different pattern. Anger. And they looked at the frozen water molecule and it had a different geometry than, say, beauty, compassion. These things carry different, you can feel it when I say them. Anger, hate, violence, rotten, love, unity, humility, spirit. You can feel it in your mind. It changes. So I'm not understanding how people don't believe these things. I guess if you're not meant to, you won't. But back to the energy body. Our energy body, from what I've just explained, you should be able to understand easily what the energy body is. You have your body, and then you have your energy body. You have your body, which is blood, which is skin. And you have your energy body, which is electromagnetic activity on another light realm, another light range. your energy body responds to your body and vice versa. When you have good energy flowing through your energy body, there's no blockages here. There's no negative magnetic buildup. It's just like a magnet, but it's a complex magnet made up of infrared light and frequencies. If your mental mind is not free, you won't have a strong field. You won't have a strong electromagnetic output. Your heart and everything will actually be weaker. So it's important that we start developing on a mass level these higher energies, because they affect everything around us. These things have been proven. Look up studies Russia has been doing on this. Look up the studies of noetics. These things have been, so it's not far, it's not science fiction. This is reality. So as we begin to cultivate these energies, they will become exponential. Why wouldn't you want to walk around happy every day? And why wouldn't you want everyone around you to be happy? Take time out to care for people. Take time out to listen to people. Take time out to sit, eyes closed, and listen to yourself, most importantly. And likewise, I couldn't expect anyone who doesn't sit down to listen to their own heartbeat, to listen to their mind think and what their mind thinks about. You have to pay attention to these things or they will overrun you. Your energy flow can eat you alive. Whether it be positive or negative, whether it be blocked or free flowing, it's your energy field. Take care of it. And even if you don't ever get to the point where you can heal people, at least get to the point where you can heal yourself. Be free in mind. Be free in body. That's not difficult. You just have to start. Just start doing it. You don't have to be sick. You don't have to be sad. You don't have to be depressed. You don't ever have to go through these things. Of course, yes, it will take your body some time to adjust, but you have to do it. You have to begin healing yourself, or our planet is going to keep going the way it's going. And if it keeps going the way it's going, we don't have much time left here. So these things, at least to me, they're important, and to people like me. And there are many people like me, but there are also many other people who aren't like me. So we have to start. We have to start by ourselves. And hopefully what people like me believe is true, that this good energy, these free-flowing thoughts and ideas are contagious and that they make people feel good. Hopefully that's true. And we're seeing that right now. I'm on 10, 20 groups on Facebook where everybody's understanding these things. I'm watching hundreds of videos where people are explaining the same thing I'm explaining right now. We have Eckhart Tolle, Deepak Chopra. We have Abraham Hicks, Jerry and Esther, Jasmuheen. We have so many people who are out there. Everybody who's in the field of noetic sciences and quantum physics. All of these Russian scientists who study these things. The Chinese people have been studying these things for a long time. The Indians, mystics who understand these things. We are all here, and this is a good time. I'm just here to speed up the flow, if at all possible, to add these energies that hopefully we may be able to spread good things again. I don't believe it's that hard. A lot of us don't believe it's that hard, but many of us do, and you are the reason that we're here, that you may remember. Namaste to everyone. Prayers to everyone.